I'm John Clese, and welcome to The Unexpected Guest. I'm coming to you high above the shores of Lake Michigan and my high-rise on Lakeshore Drive from the great city of Chicago. And what's more appropriate to make today on the show than deep dish pizza? We are going to be making a turkey sausage. Here we've got this, as those you know, I love the Genio brand. And actually in the past I've worked with the 97.3, which is 97%, which is, I'm sorry, 93.7, which is 7% fat, 93% lean, and I don't know what this one is. But anyway, it's their hot turkey sausage. You can also get this, in spicy. And if you go to Whole Foods or other places that have really good sausage, I love the Italian chicken sausage that you can get at Whole Foods, which is really good as well. But this Genio brand for turkey is my favorite. So we've got a turkey. We have green peppers, and we're doing onions, and we are doing mushrooms, and we're doing basil, sauce, and then some fresh tomatoes on top of it. So let's get started. Here is the pizza paddle. Now you need a pizza paddle for this show. You're going to need a pizza paddle, a 12-inch cast iron skillet, and what is the other thing you're going to need? Oh, and a rolling pin, which I just remembered is offset, but I will get that later. So I'm going to put this here. Now, you just get this in a bag. I got this at Whole Foods. This is actually, this is a whole wheat pizza dough. So you can get regular white flour if you want to, but I gotta get the whole wheat because as you know, if you watch these shows before, I am counting my calories, and believe it or not, I have counted the calories for this show as well. So this is a very filling pizza, but one slice of this pizza is gonna come out to be about 558 calories. Now what I think is really interesting about that is a slice of Domino's pizza is actually 498 calories. And I guarantee you're going to eat more than one slice of Domino's pizza when you do it, but you won't need more than one piece with this. If you are tracking your points, if you're on Weight Watchers, this pizza actually has, a slice of this pizza is 14 points. So it's a pretty hefty meal. This is the dough that I've got at Whole Foods. So I'm going to flour my paddle board. Just got some flour here. Now, if you just take this out of the refrigerator, you should let it warm up a little bit. So I might do that a half hour, an hour before. If it's frozen, you can stick it frozen on your pizza paddle with flour, and it'll rise underneath your the towel. So you'll see what I'm going to do. I'm going to sprinkle this board with flour. And this is just while it rises. Before the pizza goes in, it's going to be critical that you get some cornmeal. Cornmeal acts like little ball bearings. It slides the dough off. And in fact, I was practicing making some rolls this morning, and I slid off a dozen rolls off this little pizza paddle onto my stone. Sometimes when you buy this dough, it's got a crust on it because it wasn't airtight when they packaged it. It doesn't look great, but honestly, if you fold it into it, you'll be fine. I'm going to get a towel, and actually, what I'm going to also do, it is amazing all the stuff that I forget, but have everything. Nice thing about a small kitchen and a high-rise is everything is close by. All right. Got a little piece of saran wrap. I just do this because I don't like getting my towels as dirty, and then I'm just going to put a napkin on this thing, and we're just going to let this guy, I'm going to stick him under the cabinet here, and he's just going to hang out when we get the rest of our stuff done. You need a 12-inch cast iron skillet. Now I have two of them on the back of my stove because I want to get everything done at once. Cast iron skillet, this is a well-seasoned skillet. You can see it's all black in here. Actually, you can see the cut marks I'm starting to get from all the pizzas that I'm making in. So I'm going to put this on the back of the stove. I'm going to put that on medium-high. Oh, and I do want to mention something that came up. Somebody had asked me the other day. They said, oh, you never calculate the olive oil calories that you put in your food. And you're right, I don't. I probably should, but what I do is I try to stay on 1,500 calories a day. So I always go a couple of hundred calories extra because I know I haven't counted everything. So here we go with my olive oil again. A little bit of olive oil in the bottom, but I can tell you that isn't even a tablespoon of olive oil, which we found out during the last break is 119 calories. Now, what I like to do with this is, it has a casing on it. I cut the skin. I'm going to go over here. I take this off. I just take a sharp knife. You go right down here. Ooh, almost got my finger. Be very careful. You can buy turkey chorizo sausage now. You can get You don't have to use, believe me, I love a good pork sausage and I still do it, but right now I'm really trying to take off another 10 pounds that I put back on, so I'm really being very careful about my calories. I usually break this up and I stick it right into the pan like this, but I'm gonna do it in this bowl because I just want you guys to see this. All you do is peel off little pieces, just like the little sausages that you get if you were eating a pizza out. And you know, what I love about making a pizza at home is it's such a great social thing to do with your friends. Lots of times I have friends over on Friday night. It's fun, we all sit around the counter, we just have a quick pizza, everybody's tired from the week, but it's a really nice, easy little thing to do. Now, I wanted to show you that, but I'm gonna go do this directly in the pan because this is just gonna be some big clumpy mess, and I want it to hit the hot oil and be separate. So I'm gonna take this over here, I'm gonna drop some of these in. That's not that hot yet, so I'm going to turn this up a little bit. So now this is medium-high. And if it clumps up, don't worry about it. You can break it up. You can see that this is messy. So I'm going to take these. Just going to plop them right in. Now these, I think I had 5 links of these turkey sausages. I'm going to use all of them. You may not need to, but that's why I calculated the recipe like that. So I want to stick with the calorie count that I gave you. Although I guess a little bit less is never, it's always better to be a little bit less than a little bit more. All right, so we got those going. And I'm definitely filling up the pan. You know that you should always leave room in your pan whenever you're sauteing so everything gets nice and brown, but you know what? I don't have a choice right now. I'm going to do this. I want to get it all in one pan. It'll be fine. We're going to toss it all around. It's not that delicate. It's sausage. I mean, even though it's turkey sausage, it's still sausage. So just like you get a little, little pizzeria, little balls of sausage. All right. So that's done. And again, I have a little squirter, so I don't have to touch my soap. And again, use paper towels after you wash your hands. This is also very handy. Get yourself a flat wooden spoon, right? So you don't always have to use the metal in your pan. And this is perfect for scraping up and tossing things around. But I like to use these sometimes as an alternative to a spoon. So I'm going to show you. These are starting to brown a little bit. So I'm just tossing this around. They're all separated out. It's a hot pan. Ouch. All right. Mere Glen fire roasted tomato sauce. I love it. It's my favorite. I've used, those of you that saw the meatball special we did, this was the tomato sauce that I always use. It's delicious. I use diced tomatoes for this pizza. I don't use the pureed tomatoes because I really like, I like the chunks of tomato that I get when I get the diced. So, as you guys know, the top of your cans can be a little icky from the grocery store, so you want to wipe those off. 28 ounces of tomato sauce in one 6-ounce can of tomato paste. And that's it. Oh, and a little bit of garlic. And this is also, I get the Mere Glen. And again, I don't buy it because it's organic, I buy it because it's fire roasted. I am not looking for this to be super hot because I just want to bring it together. But what I am going to do is put some olive oil in the bottom. Just a little bit. It doesn't have to be preheated. Well, I'm going to stir my sausage. And I can show you, again, so this has only been a couple of minutes. It's still got a ways to go, but it's getting brown. And remember, it's going to cook in a 450-degree oven too. But you're going to cook this pretty much done. Because in a deep dish pizza, that's going to go into the bottom. Back to my sauce. So this is the diced tomatoes. I just want to show you again. Look at that. It's like, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. It's just all chopped up tomato. I mean, this could not be a more beautiful product. I've never seen a product like this. So I'm going to put all that in. And then my paste, to get that out. It's also good to have a really skinny little spatula. So I can go right in here. And get all that out. And I'm going to put in a little bit of oregano, a little bit of dried oregano, not that much, probably a tablespoon. And just a little crack of a garlic or two. Well, let's do 3. Well, let's do 4. Oh, I'm Italian, I love my garlic. What can I say? Take your knife. You see me do this before, just smash it. Hello, Rosie. Did y'all see a picture of Rosie there? As you all know, I want Rosie to come on my show, or I want to get on Rosie's show, and until she gets me on that show, I'm going to just have a little picture of her, because she won't come on yet. So, Rosie, I'm making you pizza. Rosie's from New York, so I think she would love this pizza, even though we're making it here in Chicago. All right. I am going to actually put this through this, this really nice Good Grips garlic press, because I do not want, I just sort of want the whole sauce flavored with the garlic, and I don't want just the chunks going through. So it goes out, and then you just scrape all that off. And since I already peeled off the outer layer of the garlic, I'm going to turn this inside out and take this garlic that's in here out too, and spread it all over the counter, because it's not that paper stuff. Pepper. We got it all in there, right? So we got the garlic and this stuff. I'm gonna just smush that around a little bit. I'm gonna put that on the stove. And I've got this on 5 for my stove, which is medium high. Again, I don't want it too hot. But I do want to get it warmed up. All right, put the lid on it. Green peppers. I'm going to use 3 green peppers. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to check the sausage. So let's take a look at that. This is looking really good. I wish you could smell it. It's really not quite brown yet, but I don't get it too brown. I'm going to turn it down a bit. Take your green pepper. I'm going to cut off the top. Cut off the bottom. The knife is very sharp. Then you go into the side. Oops. And you cut out around, watch your fingers. Cut out around the ribs. And voila, it's all done. Now, you're going to cut out these little rib joints. Clean it up a little bit. I'll actually, so you can see. You're going to take that, just shim that down a little bit. This is waste. This is not waste. I popped this off. And I use this. And the seeds are waste. I don't know if that was my sauce. All right, we're going to do 2 more of these. Again, ooh. Take the top down. Get rid of that. The bottom. Then go right. So what I do is I look for a big rib right here. See that big rib? That's perfect for me to shove the knife in. So my knife is all the way through. Whoops. So I cut in. I pull it out with my finger. And I just go around like this. It's so much easier, so much less messy. And voila, done. Hold on, I can check my sauce.